It's week 4 of the National Football League. And we'll get a look here at Josh Allen. He got his reps in last week, finishing with over 300 passing yards. It's the Bills and the Texans, and it's coming up next.
We are pleased as always to be... And we are underway in Buffalo. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers. Because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown pass.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So, I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
It was Von Miller who shot in there to get him down. So a tough early challenge here, 2nd and long after the sack. On play action, they'll throw. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. Well, the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. Throwing now is Allen. Finding Knox there, complete. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 5 catches, 82 yards, and a touchdown.
That was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit, and this is a guy that defenses had better focus on.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards the pickup there. So 1st and 10 now in Houston territory as they're down to the 29-yard line. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. 2nd and 5. Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Allen now looks to throw. That'll be complete to Cook. And he is going to have the Bills 1st down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He ends up getting 7. They run for the first time with James Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Cook again. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with third and about 6 yards to go.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
He completes it to the tight end, Knox. And the Bills are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Here's Allen. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
On second down, Cook. And he is into the end zone for the Buffalo touchdown. James Cook with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs. Because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Pierce will try to pick it up. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 48-yard line. They'll drop to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far, and 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw here. To Pierce, they set up the screen. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Well, this defense for the Bills, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I have to say a very solid performance.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down. Now Allen. And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Bass. Up and go. And it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. And now out comes Houston. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now back to throw. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, obviously searching for their first touchdown this game, partner, and that quick 3 and out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Give victory to the secondary there. They brought out tight coverage on that 3rd down snap.
4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. This is fielded at the 27. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here are the Bills to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a 1st down. Well done. That one goes for 24 yards. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And complete right side to Cook. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. The Bills are 3-0 here in the month of September. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On play action, Allen. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. to the air. Allen. This will be caught inside the 10. And the Bills are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Up the middle, it's Cook. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
So on 4th down, out is Tyler Bass in the Buffalo field goal unit. The kick by Bass is good, and the Bills will air on in their lead. So Armstrong gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just a field goal.
I think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Now comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now the throw pulled in by Anderson. At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And he'll get about 3 up past the 25.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And a throw there going to be incomplete. Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. Jake Camarda sent on now to punt this away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's taken on the 25. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. A gain of 8 there on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. Now Allen. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they're going to get this up to midfield. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And this one is incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From midfield, here's Allen. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down.
On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw.
That's underneath to Pierce.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Let's take it inside his own 40. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. Could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here's Allen to throw it. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Darren Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to take possession of the football. So that potentially an important takeaway here in this 2nd quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, certainly.
So that challenge, a successful one.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. This will be from 49 yards out. The kick by Elliott is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Come to the line to start their next drive.
And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Oh, he shifts past him.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we've reached halftime here in Orchard Park, where the Bills taking the lead into the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll start our tour out in the City of Angels, Los Angeles. And it's the Jets who are out in front in that one. Garrett Wilson, a touchdown reception. From there, we make the trip east as we head all the way to Jacksonville to check on the Jags. And they lead the visiting LA Chargers at halftime. 3 touchdown passes there for Trevor Lawrence. Lastly, we're off to the Rocky Mountains, Denver, Colorado. See what's happening with the Broncos. And in that one, it's the visiting Dolphins who are out in front.
And we'll jump right over halftime and keep the game going here in Week 4. Second half kickoff, ready to go.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal.
Now a hit and a loose football, and the Texans scoop it. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. So that's a solid start to the second half. You come out of the lockers losing, thinking you're kicking it away, not going to have it, but boom, the fumble, they get it right back.
I don't know whether they even drew that up on the board or was it just said, but they had to have it. They needed a spark to get them going here in the second half, and they got it right away.
So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's first and goal.
Here's Pierce diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown.
That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that slices the lead down to 17-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. He gets this to Thornton.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. Throwing now is Allen.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
They'll give to Cook on the read option. And it's a fumble. And fortunately, the Bills jump on it and get it back.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Down inside the 10. Touchdown, Bills. Tyquan Thornton, 37 yards. As his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Bass. Up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Just a 4-point run that time. And it was Tyquan Thornton who brought in the touchdown reception to cap things off. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Houston set to take over. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Pierce takes it straight ahead.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him. First down, they go right back to Pierce.
And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. He'll look to throw. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
A little football one-on-one there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Open man is Robbie Anderson.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Back to the ground with Pierce.
And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19.
50 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
2nd and 1. And Cooks has it over the middle.
And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Back to throw here. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker.
And the Bills are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
So after the INT, it's Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. That's good for Buffalo Bills. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Another target for Stephon Diggs, and he brings it in. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Here's Allen. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 41-yard line. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. So 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 41. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. 18 yards the gain for number 18. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Bills with a lead and the football here to begin the 4th quarter. Eluding the pressure right. Shakir hauls it in. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another 18-yard gain. They had 18 on the previous snap as well.
I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
They'll run with Cook. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Bills are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football. Keep converting and picking up first downs. And if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. And the Texans set to come onto the field. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them,
into a double team and it's intercepted. Jair Elam makes a pick, and the Bills are going to take over at their own 41.
This is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
They start the drive with Cook. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Allen. And his throw is incomplete.
Give him credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
He's been the go-to guy, and they needed a big play there on third down when his way worked out.
It doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On 2nd and inches, Allen.
Got his man, it's Thornton.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Now Allen. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Allen now on 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Tyquan Thornton
with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Bills are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that'll increase their lead to 28. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll look to throw.
Gets the dump off to Pierce.
And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. Now back to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jordan. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
And he'll air this one deep for Anderson.
And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
it here. He's back to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Martinez. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. Start to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Now the third, and now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. That's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Tying down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Beginning this series with a handoff to Cook. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And then when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run it again with Cook. And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. From the pistol, they run it with Cook. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort.
We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. First down, here's the run with Cook.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. So Allen's going to look to throw. Flushed out right. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the 1st on the scramble.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Cook up the gut. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, what you're saying is...
And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. Can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what? You have to. You have to. Because when you get to 4, if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it was James Cook capping all of that off with a touchdown run.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Texans offense set to regain possession. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds. They've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And that is caught at the 10-yard line.
And he will step out of bounds down near the 10-yard line.
A huge play there for Houston. 46 yards. A defense.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even...
So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Open man is Jordan, the tight end. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Well, this was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles. It would be easy to look at the offense and say, man, they were clicking, and they were, but don't forget about the effort by this defense as well.
Yeah, they weren't going to let up to